Alright, welcome back to Blue Collar Homestead. Today's video, we are going to go over preparing for this giant ice storm that's supposed to be coming. It's supposed to be kicking anywhere from 1/4 inch to, I heard, over 1 inch of ice. Which is going to be a total mess. There's going to be power outages and branches down and trees down and everything else. Travel's probably going to be impossible, so you need to prepare yourself to be stuck at your house for a few days. So come along with us and we'll show you what we do to get everything ready. Alright, so we do have a little bit of salt. I know it says pool salt on it, but that's what we got.
Salt to salt.
So yeah, pretty much. Make sure you have plenty of extension cords for the generator, which we're going to go over that shortly. Step on down here and you can see, I don't know if you can get a shot of this. I got all this firewood here and then the tractor bucket full. Now this wood right here is probably enough for us to burn for about 4 days non-stop. And the reason it's in here is because who wants to be going outside when everything's covered in ice trying to get firewood to bring in? So yeah, definitely get your firewood where it's easy to access, I guess, without killing yourself. Also, I got all my gas cans full. I'm sitting on about 30 gallons of gas for the generator to run. It'll run probably about 2 or 3 days on 30 gallons of gas. So, like I said, if you get stuck here, we have to have the generator on because we do have meat birds, and without that generator, there's no heat lamps, and the birds will die. So we can't let that happen. So that's pretty much what's going on in the garage. Now we're going to head outside, and we'll show you everything we've done out there. The generator is right here under a tarp with this bucket on top, and the reason it's sitting out here now before the storm is after this thing happens there could be a 1/2 inch of ice on my garage door and I won't be able to open it. It'll be frozen shut, and if I can't get my generator out, it's pretty useless. And if you pan to the left, you'll see the grill is under a tarp too, because if that gets covered with ice, you're not going to be able to get to open the lid or turn the knobs to cook, because when we lose power, we lose our stove. So a couple things like that. And then for your animals, got to make sure you got water bowls inside their enclosures for them, because when it starts to get nasty, they'll all go inside. All the ones we do have anyway will go inside. They won't stay outside for this. So make sure you got your food and your water.
Heated water bowls.
Yeah, inside. Well, the water's only heated till the power goes out, and then after that you're breaking ice.
Yeah.
So when the meat birds are in there, we got to keep them heat lamps on. The goats got hay and grain in there, they're good. The chickens over there, they got their feed inside.
Extra bedding too.
Extra bedding too. And the thing too is, even like your our 55-gallon drums that we store bags of feed in, take a bag out of there, because once that top gets ice all over, you might not be able to get it open.
Yep.
So grab the bag, one of the bags out, put it inside. You know. So I think we covered a lot of what's going to go on out here. You see that right there? That's our lumber for our deck. We already bought it, so just need the weather to break a little bit. I don't know what's going to happen with lumber. I keep hearing it's going to go up. I hear it's going to go down. I don't know. I bought it. I got enough to build what I want to build. So let's head back inside, and then Trent's going to go over with you guys all the stuff that we do inside to get ready for this mess that's coming.
So the stuff that we are preparing for inside for this ice storm is a wide variety of stuff. But first things first, always have a weather radio, just so you know what's going on. When you lose power and you don't have a generator, you're not going to have access to news and all that. The weather radio, it's battery operated. You'll know what's going on if the weather's over. No matter if you're a hurricane, tornado, whatever.
Earthquake.
Yeah, it's good to have a weather radio. We just bought these from Harbor Freight. These are good to have by the bedside if you lose power during the night. We'll just turn it on.
Yeah, those were like what, $2?
Yeah, these were I think $2.99 a piece or something like that. So stuff like this is just good to have on hand. Candles and a lighter. You should always have lighters in the house, or matches at least. If you have matches.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Camel, really, dude? Really? Middle of filming, you gotta get down there. What do you say, buddy? What do you say? Speak.
Yeah.
Come on, speak.
What do you say?
Oh, there he goes. Oh boy.
What do you say? All right.
Always in the middle of a video.
He's Mama's boy.
Totally.
Anyways, you should always have lighters and matches on hand. If you have matches, safely put them out. Just don't throw them out to the side. Batteries. Batteries are used for everything. Light switches, you know. You should always have excess batteries in the house. And then we have a ton of these. Tim, if you want to show them our lamp collection up there, that's just some of it.
Yeah, this is just some of the lamps we got.
So we have tons of lamps.
Tons of different oil lamps.
And we have extra wicks too.
Well, we got a couple fancy ones. Let me show you over here. These are actually old railroad lanterns. I got a blue one and a red one. That's the red one. And then over here is the blue one. These we don't really light. These are more for decoration than anything. They're pretty neat. All right, let's see. Back to Trin.
Back to me. Lamp. I always buy lamp oil. I have extra lamp oil. Anyways, you're gonna need it for the lamps. Always have a fire extinguisher nearby. Safety is always more important. If this knocks over and breaks, the whole house can go up. So
yeah, you can have a good sized fire.
Yeah, this is a small one. We have a big size fire extinguisher. Just make sure those are up to date and serviced and all that stuff. But yeah, always have this, especially in the kitchen. You should always have a fire extinguisher. But if you're going to use these, have a fire extinguisher readily available. And then also, if you are a coffee drinker,
like we are,
we bought a percolator off Amazon, and we actually tried it out here on the stove, and it takes a while, but it works. So if you lose power and you're a coffee drinker and you don't have a generator, there you go.
Yeah, you can just make yourself a fire and set it up there on top and let her rip. It'll take a little longer, but it'll work.
Yeah. All right, so come with us. We're going to show you what you should always have stock on, especially when storms are coming. Your fridge should always be stocked.
Eat more chicken.
We're going to have a whole chicken, not a whole fried chicken. But anyways, your fridge and freezer should be literally stocked. That's Camo's food right there, but stocked with everything. I mean, milk. We have eggs because we have chickens, but you know, just keep it stocked.
Now, these are the cabinets above the washer and dryer. Now, this is all canned stuff up there. And then this cabinet next to it, there's a lot of canned stuff in here. I mean, we've got a ton of tomato soup up there still, tomato sauce. There's flour and sugar in there. Of course, a ton of canning lids.
We have a ton of food in the freezer here. This is bread, meat.
Oh, there's a ton of pork
in there. Page's waffles.
All right, this freezer here is starting to get a little bit on the light side. We actually have an order coming in the next week or so to fill this back up with beef. But there is plenty in here to keep us going for a few days. Well, as it sits right now, we've got, I don't know, a little over 12.5 eggs, so we're good on that. Plus, we're going to get probably 7 or 8 more today, so we're good on the eggs and all that good stuff. Now, you're also going to want to make sure you got plenty of water on hand, because when the power goes out, you can very well lose your water supply too. So, I mean, we have this little fridge here on the island full of bottled water to drink, but we also got a few gallon jugs too in case we needed to cook with or anything. All right, a couple more things like to have on hand definitely is you might want to fill up the bathtub in case you need it. And make sure you have some way to heat up water, because if the power goes out, you're not going to have any hot water. So another thing too is they're saying there could be outages from 1 to 5 days. Definitely make sure you wash up and take a shower before the power goes out, because you might not be able to take a hot shower for days. And that's just pretty nasty. So I think we covered everything that we've done to prepare for this. So we're pretty well prepared. We could sit here for 4 or 5 days easily. The only thing that would concern me is the gas for the generator, because we do have the meat birds that the generator has to run 24/7. When we don't have meat birds and this happens, I'll run the generator 3 or 4 hours, then I'll leave it off 4 or 5 hours. I don't run it constantly because you will go through a lot of gas. But I don't want to lose 48 meat birds that we got left. You know, we lost 3 now, I think. 1 on the shipping and 2 of them just recently. So that generator has to stay on to make sure that meat birds can, you know, grow up to be big and tasty and go to freezer camp. I mean, everybody sees the price of meat is going up. So I think that about wraps it up for this video. This ice storm, from what they say, is definitely coming. And when it happens, we will get a whole bunch of footage for that. I'm sure there'll be another video, and I guess we'll probably see you on that one. So make sure you're prepared, stay safe, stay warm, and stay dry. We'll catch you next time.